Hey guys, Simon here, and today I'm going to be looking at Minecraft's 2012 Week 37A Snapshot, where we're going to get to take a sneak peek at some of the updates coming in 1.4, which hopefully should be out around October time, late October perhaps, around about Halloween. Now, whilst there are some small but awesome changes coming in the actual game, the first thing I want to show you is actually on the world creation. So I go into Create New World, you'll see it appears as it usually would. But if you go into the more world options and then look at the world type, you know that you can now change this onto super flat. Now super flat used to just be a very small map that was literally just flat for miles around with grass everywhere and then some dirt below it with a bit of bedrock. But now you can actually customize this, and this is a really great feature. As you can see, it shows that you have one grass block followed by two dirt and then a bedrock at the bottom layer. So this will always start at the bottom of the map, although you can change it by adding in air blocks, which I'll get onto in a second. Now you'll notice that there are some things in brackets here saying NYI. That basically means that they're not in the game at the minute, so or in this snapshot. They will be adding them in, so you can add in your own layers and customize them with these using these buttons. But don't worry, you can actually do that now. You just have to be a bit more technical minded and know some of the block values that you'll need to throw in your different layers. So if I go on the presets here, you can see they're actually not just the normal classic flat, there's some new ones they've created. And you can see what this does just by clicking on it. And even though it's got the 1 and the semicolons and it has things followed at the end, you can ignore these for now. You want to focus on the bits in the middle. And you can see on the classic flat it has 7, which is the bedrock value, so it's just 1. Then it has 2 times, and it has the 3, which is obviously dirt, and then it just has 2, which is a grass. So that will create your flat value, and it will create it all the way across the map. You don't need to worry about that just being a certain chunk. That is all the way across the map, hence the super flat name. So there are a variety of presets. We have Tunneler's Dream, which is basically just an absolute crap ton of stone, so you can go ahead and create caverns and different things like that. Water World, which is basically a very deep amount of water. You can see 90 blocks there. And you can check all of these out. You can click on sort of Overworld. That would just be basically a shortened version of what is the Tunneler's Dream, so you've got a bit more air to deal with and build stuff over top. You've got Snowy Kingdom, of course. Again, pretty much like the Overworld. You've just got some snow on top as well. Now the next one, the bottom of split, it's actually broken at the minute. It doesn't actually work. You can see that it just is the exact same value as the current classic flat world. I assume something will be added in here. We don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I'm sure Mojang will go ahead and fix that soon. And then the desert one, pretty self-explanatory. There is just some desert. Obviously it's got some stone underneath, but then it also has a lot of sandstone and then also some sand on the top. So for the really creative amongst you, you may be thinking, well, I can make some really awesome worlds here. All you need to do is quite literally, you can just pick any of these presets that you can on the classic flat. You'll just need to quickly delete out what is currently there, and then you can just be creative and type in whatever you want, as long as you know the block values. So you can take it from some of the things that have already been said. So if you want a bedrock at the bottom, you choose 7. Again, you just need to get up a code list, and it's very, very easy to do this. If you want to speak something quite interesting, we'll go for it here. We'll go for it here. I'll do 10 layers of 46. Now, if you're not too sure what 46 is, you'll see in a minute. It definitely would be quite an exciting world. If you're interested in how to add air, all you need to do is, say if I wanted 10 blocks of air, you can just do 10 times, and then the block is 0. 0 is the value for air, because it's basically a null value, and so that will give you space. And then overhead, say for people that really don't like weather or certain things like that, you could add maybe a see-through layer, so I could just say 20, which would give me some glass, hopefully, overhead. So if we go ahead and use that, and then hopefully I can then go done, and we'll go turn sheets on, and we'll go done, create the new world. All looks good. Hopefully we should have a very interesting world coming up. So obviously it takes a little while to load. We'll let it do that. It would jump me back, and there we go. It always puts you on top of the highest block, so obviously we've got some air below us. But if you haven't already guessed, block value of 46 is indeed TNT. So you can create some really exciting worlds. So I can smash that, take a bit of fall damage, but you can see that I now have these 10 air blocks, so you can create a little glass roof if you want at the very top of your map. Some people do that just to get rid of the rain. They don't need to worry about turning it off. But you can see here I do have a lot of TNT around me. Now, because I love my PC, I'm not going to go ahead and go into creative and give myself a redstone torch. That is just because this amount of TNT, it could cause not only problems just to the general floor in this map, but it would probably cause frame rate issues so high that it would probably just break my PC. So I'm going to leave it there, but I hope at least it's shown you sort of what you can do with the super flat world. You can be really creative and make some really custom stuff. Obviously you can put in loads of ores if you want to just make a completely flat map, and if you're just into building and things, you can create whatever you want. It's really, really neat, and definitely a really great tool to the world creation function. Okay, so moving on to some of these awesome in-game updates, the first thing I want to show you is a new stackable food, and this is pumpkin pie. And I think it's really great that pumpkins have now got a new use, and these are actually a stackable food that will heal you for 4 bars of hunger. So it's about the same as a cooked pork chop and also obviously a cooked steak, but that's really good because it's quite simple to make. You don't need to cook it either, so I can show you that now. All you'll need is a pumpkin, an egg, and some sugar. Obviously eggs only stack a maximum of 16, which does create some limits in production, but hey, it's not too bad. All you need to do is put it in any arrangement. You can literally have it anywhere on this crafting table. For those people that don't have a crafting table with them, of course you can, because it's just 3 items. Throw it in any formation in your player inventory in the 2x2, and you can create the stackable food pumpkin pie, which is great. I think they really did need something added to pumpkins. Obviously you could wear them, but that was pretty much their only function other than making the snow golems. So having an edible food from that is really awesome and definitely puts a value on pumpkin farms. Okay, so you've probably heard my pig snorting away over there, and there is a reason to this. If you take out my carrot on a stick that obviously we made in the last snapshot, and there's actually been some tweaks to this and how it works, and also then the movement of pigs as well. So I go ahead and open up, oh, I didn't want to get on the pig, I just want to open this door. We'll open up one of the doors, and this guy looks like he's a free runner, so we'll go and board him. Obviously we've got no control at the minute, but as soon as I pull out my carrot on a stick, we'll see that it'll start taking me in the right direction. Now this is exactly the same feature as it had before, but if I get moving, you'll see here that the actual stick dips every so often, and you can see now it actually has a durability put on this, similar to obviously tools and things that degrade. And basically every so often your pig will actually now catch up to the carrot and obviously take a little nibble out of it. So it doesn't last forever, but it's a good thing to know that even though if you consume the whole of the carrot, all you need to do is take a stack of carrots, because you can just reattach a carrot to the fishing line. It doesn't actually destroy your fishing rod, which is always good. So it's not a complete waste of resources there. I've got the pigs following behind me, which is always good. But if I want to speed away from them, I can now do that. If I right click on this thing, it will take a very big chunk of the carrot, but it will give your pig some energy, and he'll speed around. You can see speed around at quite a great speed, which is really awesome. Now one of the problems with the pig movement before this snapshot is the fact that you couldn't actually go up hills, which was rather annoying. It meant that sort of when you hit a bit of an edge, you had to sort of deboard, I guess is the term, to get off your pig, de-pig, and what you have to do is basically go ahead and jump it and hope your pig followed you, or use your carrot to drag the pig up. Now he'll actually jump over it yourself, which is really nice. Obviously it increases mobility greatly, so in a normal map, not a super flat one, you're obviously going to have much greater mobility around the map. And then using the right click on the stick as well, you're going to be going much faster, which is really, really awesome. Now if I just deboard this pig quickly, I'm going to get on this one and make it consume the entirety of the thing, just to show you that you do get a fishing rod back at the end. And I'll just quickly jump off of you. Oh, and nearly tried to hook him. One thing that I would quickly show you, but it'll probably fail, is if you now actually try and fish, you should actually get experience from fishing. It's only a very small amount. You see I've got a tiny amount at the minute, but it'll only go up a tiny amount if I can actually fish a fish. I didn't want to rely on this because I know usually it takes, if I try and get it on camera, it'll probably take me about a minute. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you saw a little bit of experience. It's really not a lot, and it's probably not worth doing for experience, but again, if you choose to catch fish, try and get some food, it's not kind of nice that you are now rewarded with a little bit of XP. Okay, so the last thing that I really want to show you is something I'll probably have to go into creative mode for, otherwise I will just get demolished. I'll quickly go ahead and change my game mode to creative, and then we can have a look at creating a wither boss. So they have changed the wither boss. It's just the spawn of how it works. Hopefully these pigs will stay around because they are about to get obliterated. I will go ahead and create the structure, and they've basically just changed it just a little bit so that when it spawns it's a little bit more menacing. You'll see that it slowly charges up as before, but there should be a ticking bomb on this, because as soon as it hits that top thing I should probably stand my distance. It's going to be pretty explosive, and there we go. As you can see, now it's tearing up on those pigs, but it instantly explodes as soon as it spawns, wreaking devastation on everything around, completely destroying it. Obviously it's much more explosive than a single TNT, so you do have to watch out for that. But as long as you're a safe distance in the survival mode, then hopefully you'll be able to have a reasonable fight with the wither boss. Obviously you should never take on the wither boss lightly. It's a very, very tough boss fight. I'd advise having lots of enchantments, but hey, if you can do it in the survival mode, then well done to you. Just make sure you avoid this new explosion, as that will severely reduce your chances of killing that boss. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all the changes that happened in the latest snapshot. There are a couple more, but mostly they're sort of bug sort of tweaks and fixes. Nothing really important. There was some changes to the way that some of the AI works in various sort of skeletons and zombies and other mobs like that. The aggressive mobs, in new difficulties, if you're in a hard mode, they will actually now be a bit more aggressive. They'll jump off structures and things to try and chase you. As long as it doesn't kill them, they'll actually do that instead of just waiting at the top of a rock. So if you do play on normal or hard, just be a little bit more cautious. You may find yourself getting a few more hits from those PDBs, but hopefully everyone will be alright and you won't get too owned. Obviously, if you're someone like me that likes to play on easy, then you won't really notice any difference at all. They'll still just stand at the top of a structure, which is really nice because that means you're a safe distance. But obviously, if you are one of those that plays on hard, just be a little bit careful. So that is all from the 2012 Week 37 snapshot. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like this, then make sure you throw us a thumbs up, and then we'll see you again soon for some more videos.